You all know who's going to give us Biafra, right? You all know who's going to give us Biafra, right? You all know the president we've been meeting with. You know the president that will give us Biafra.
Hello, good day, SN viewers. This is Satellite Media. Ben, let us look at this development. Remember that the other day it was reportedly stated that Biafra have been invited for Trump's inauguration, and this is making the round habit that the Biafrans are already arriving for that event. Particularly, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is on ground. How do you see this development?
Yes, glory be to God, and I am happy for what is on the ground, and I am happy that somebody of Ngozi Orabueze is already on the ground. That is to tell you how fully we prepared, how ready Biafra is. That is to tell you the spirit of Biafra. We know they go late for things where we want to. We always go on time, and we like working according to the time, because time is very, very important in whatsoever you are doing in life. Time first. You understand? And you know, Igbo land, they believe in time. They don't work lateness. It's only in Africa that will tell you African time. You give time 5 o'clock, they will be coming 7. You understand? So it's not like that in a better context. You understand? So I am happy that invitation per se is number one good homage, say number one good development. It's number one recognition. It's number one thing that the world have actually and finally recognized Biafra. That is what it means. You understand me? And that is what it means. And now the Biafrans are now arriving, tripping in. You understand, to embrace the beautiful and wonderful occasion. And you know,
Well, you are singing song and this.
You want me to compare?
Yes.
Onweri mere njinye ekele, onweri mere njinye ekele, nye ekele, onye obiama, omewi njinye ekele. And I just say, there is a reason, there is something that the Lord has done that makes me to thank Him. Always be joyful and be grateful to God. That is why you always see me singing to the glory of God, because I'm always a happy man, because the Lord is a faithful God. He never fails, He never disappoints. He is never a failure God, but He's a faithful God. And now you can see it in the angle and in the diaspora of the Biafra, in the life of Biafra, in the country, in the nation of Biafra coming. You know, the star that is about to shine so bright.
Okay, let us come back to Nigeria here, where Nnamdi Kanu is throwing a challenge to all law students in Nigeria, saying that anyone that can show him any law precedence or any law in Nigeria or globally, where after somebody is discharged, you go to court to say to ask her to stay execution of that judgment, like his own case, that anybody that can prove it, he will give that person 1 million. Because remember that Nnamdi Kanu was decided acquitted, the federal government secured a stay of execution of that judgment, and that is why he have not been released. I say that what is happening through his lawyer is against every known law, that they are doing this to him because he's an Igbo man.
Yes, of course, exactly. That's what it means. Before he threw that as a challenge to any lawyer in the world, even the one in Nigeria, he has gone through various and different constitutions of a country, the rules and regulations of a nation, e.g. Nigeria own, because it's not in Nigeria, neither is it in the British, neither in the UN or other country. Let the lawyers do their findings. Whosoever that do what, that get it, that prove it, that can defend it, 1 million naira. That is to tell you he knows what he's saying and he knows what he's doing. So what Nigeria was doing to him was something was as a result of the hatred. A result of what? Hatred imposed on the Igbo people, the Easterners.
Okay, let me ask this question. What do you make of the statement that came from one Dr. Garos Galolo, saying that Tinubu refused to release President Nnamdi Kanu, but Tinubu released Sunday Igboho, and Sunday Igboho needed to be arrested, and that Tinubu government arrested Biafra chairman talking about Bodejo that Trubu is not releasing Nnamdi Kanu because he's an Igbo man. He's arresting Bodejo because he's a Fulani man. Do you believe the Igbos can work with the Fulani against Yoruba?
No, I disagree in that angle. Do you know why I disagree in that angle? I disagree and I agree. How do I mean? The area I agree with him is the area of Igbo still working freely. If you say you don't want anybody to cough of what? Freedom or agitation, Igbo is supposed to be in detention. But Igbo is moving freely. That is the area I agree with him, no equity. And the area again, because Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man, that was why they detain him. Good and fine, that is the area. But the area I disagree was the area he said that the mighty Allah is being detained because he's a Fulani man or Hausa man. I disagree with him there.
Why?
What makes me to disagree? What is that man actually looking for? Is he looking for Fulani nation?
He was accused of banditry.
He was accused of crime.
Banditry.
Banditry. And you know what is banditry? People going against the constitution, the peace of the people. Even going against livelihood. Going against the living of the people. And let me tell you, the same mighty Allah Oga illegally acquire arms. Illegally acquire arms, grouped boys, and armed them without the approval of any entity regarding Nigeria.
Okay, he was arrested on that basis before.
He
was discharged. But this current arrest borders on allegation of banditry.
Hold on now. I was analyzing the angle when he started. And he was released. And such a person that acted that way was released with the help of Attorney General as at that time. Am I right?
Of the federal government will do the case through the Attorney General of the Federation.
Through the Attorney General of the Federation, yes. You understand? So he was released at that time. Before now, they charged him again for banditry. And if such a person could be freed, if such a person could be a kind of paid attention by the Attorney General of the Federation, what has Nnamdi Kanu committed? That even when they call to free him, they don't want to free him. You see, it's a different case. But the case is different case from Nnamdi Kanu. So you see the area I disagree and the area I have agreed with what he said. They are doing this because Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man. And that hatred I still point on it. The hatred they had on Igbos. You cannot tell me that somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, let's assume he's a Yoruba man. Are you telling me that he will not be free by now? Let me tell you, somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, are you telling me he's an Hausa man or Fulani man by now that he will not be free? Even when court has freed him. Even when court have freed him, then you say he will remain in detention. It's not possible. So far this country is concerned. Do you know, let me tell you this. The chief architect of all this hatred was the British.
Why do you say so?
Why I say so is this. You know, the first crop data in Africa took place in Burkina Faso 1962. Then the crop data again that took place was in Nigeria January 15, 1966. And it wasn't the only Igbos that plotted that coup. Yorubas are there, Northerners are there, Igbos are there. You understand? And at the end of the day, the British now target Igbo's coup.
Was it the British that targeted Igbo?
Yes,
Why do you say so?
It was the British that gave it Igbo coup. And that was why, and I ask again, since that one was Igbo coup, did the coup end that time? No. The coup continue after the Civil War. It continued. But because Igbos are not involved in the ones that continue, you understand? And they did not give it a name. Now, I want to remind you again. Look at NSAS. When the NSAS protests came up, Igbos were massively in support. At the end of the whole thing, what happened? They say na Igbos. Igbos. Whatsoever Igbos involved in this country that we target na Igbos. You see why, like their protests, that the previous protests that they did in Nigeria, Igbos are stemmed from it. And let me tell you, the coup during what is his name? This man, not Buhari did, and the one IBB did, and Abacha owned, because Igbo man was not involved. Did you see anywhere they target Fulani or Hausa coup? No, Igbo man was not involved. And as a result of this, everything died down and they remain. But the ones Igbos are involved, they call it Igbos thing.
Are you suggesting that the Igbos are endangered species in Nigeria?
They are what?
Endangered species.
Of course. That's what Igbos are. We are not in danger. Look at it. Thank God one of you just traveled to the east and he came back. Go and listen to his narratives. Go and listen to his summary. You will see massive deportation of soldiers in the southeast. But in the Borno, where they are massacring, wiping soldiers, there was no massive deportation of soldiers in the north. Sokoto, Zamfara, Bonu, Plateau, and the CDS came from that side. You did not know they're supposed to deploy massive soldiers there in order to curb the killing alone of the soldiers, not to talk of the masses, and the farmers fought in a row. What about Benue? The mass killing in Benue. In Niger State, about 3 local governments that was meant for the training of the soldiers have been occupied by the Fulani terrorists. And up to today, what is happening? You understand? But they're massively deploying soldiers in the east. And funny enough, upon all these soldiers that they have deployed to the southeast, yet people are still being kidnapped. People are still being killed. What is actually happening? That is to tell you that hatred is on Igbos, and Igbos are that dangerous in Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.